Hi, this is Steve from Oakland Cemetery in Hampton, Virginia. I did a PowerPoint presentation on lesson learned and problem areas. Uh, there are a few issues I had. Maybe I can share them. Maybe it'll help somebody and maybe it won't. But I'll try to go through. It's a short presentation. Like this stone here, I have tried several times to lift this thing or at least level it off. It is I tried 4 times and I've dug all the way around this several times. So you can see here, this is how I normally dig all of them, that are this size. I dig around the edges. I don't dig out too far because my lifting rig, but and I dig on the side, and I just kept digging. But what's happening here, and I believe it's sitting on the vaults. Okay, see, there's 2 people buried here, and they were buried in 1930. And I'm not going to smash on the vault, nothing like that. I mean, if I can get under the edge or something like that, but the concrete it's coming way out, so I can't get a good bite on it. So, like I said, what I want to try to do is, as time, I go to the scrapyard 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes you can come up with some short pieces of scrap. I can get it for like 59 cents a pound. That's what I get these all thread and all these washers and stuff for. Very reasonably priced. I mean, 3 or 4 bucks for an 8 foot piece of all thread or short pieces, nuts and washers, same way. If you find, it takes time to find them. But anyways, what I plan to do is take some 4 or 6 inch channel, make a lift rig similar to this, and have jack bolts go in the side of it, dig it down in the side. This is really rough, so jack bolts should go in. I think I got a couple pieces of 1 inch or bigger all thread with some nuts, and that's I'm going to have to use something that big, and and then make a lift rig where it comes up and out, or I can put jacks under it and try to level it off. But like I said, that's my 4th try. This is section one. Okay, there again, this is 1930, and this young man here, his parents are buried in section two. It's probably about 50 yards straight across. But anyways, I've tried doing this one. There again, it's another headache. As you can see, it's down in there. And so you can see there's the studs for it. And so what I'm finding out, he must be on a slab, another piece of concrete under there. And it's adhered to the concrete. And you don't want to do no damage, trying to break it loose. You don't do no damage. But what I'm thinking is that that concrete that's down there is pushed by that tree and has grown over that concrete, and the same way here is under this. So it's been pushed. And I don't know if I'll get to it again because it's rough digging in here. It's pretty rough. So you can see again at the top here how much I've done here. I got a little bit different equipment, but you see how close it is to the tree, and even this, uh, is off center. Like this is a rather small stone. I mean, it's what, an inch to an inch and a half thick. And I dug and dug. Normally, something like this, you can dig down enough and pull it up my hand or get it loose. I couldn't do any of that, man. I mean, I kept digging and digging and digging. So you can see it's down in there. And so what I ended up doing was going back and getting my lift rig and tripod and chain fall and pulling it out. So I did get it out, but this thing is, look, it's broken. two pieces. I have no idea. But a lot of times, pieces like that, you find different pieces under here. So there it is. We did get it out, cleaned it up a little bit, and we were able to mend it up. We take some clamps, some adhesive, and boards, clamp it up, and let it sit a few days. And so far, it's held up. Another killer. All right, now this is another hard one. You can see he's down in there, buddy. He's down in there. I had no idea even who it was. I mean, I could see the part of the name. And so I started digging and digging. There again. There, you see how much I had to dig out, man. I'm digging out, man. I'm digging and digging and digging. And I've done hit water down there. It's so deep. And so a lot of times also what I did, you can see, here's his wife. And I did reset her, you'll see in the next picture. But a lot of times I would take a tarp or a concrete tub and throw this dirt in. But what I found out is, I mean, when I get done, I'll put this dirt back in it and rake it up. And when it rains, it's gone. So there it is. I got it up. You see, I got his wife up, and you can see, you can easily tell like how dirty it is, how far it was down. But it came out. It was a rough one, man. Rough. These are problems. Then I got it cleaned up some, and I've already started cleaning this, and this is cleaning up pretty good. Take a little while, but it's cleaning up. This one I tried 3 times too. I This one here, if you'll see here, there's not enough room. Say a lift rig with a 4x4s. It just there's no way to grab or support it. I mean, you'd be way out here with your rig, and it wouldn't lift it. All right, so there to the side of it. That's the side. So you can see here, I got a hydraulic jack, I got a scissor jack. This really worked out really good because once I got the gap, I was able to jack it. So you can see how level it is. I mean, it's level. I got the level on there, and it's pretty good. You see the dirt pulled around it. Now, and then you see I got a cart here to carry all my tools, and then I got another cart for carrying dirt in, and that really helps a lot. So, and let's see here. I used plates of steel in the bottom. Took quite a bit. I mean, you got to take your wedge jack a little bit, get your wedge in there, reposition your jack it a little bit, get it there. But this worked. This saved me. Look, the other ones, the other ones I reset were taking 2 to 3 days, not full days, but part days. Good stopping point. Work a few hours and stop. I'm good at that part. Work a little bit and stop. This one here, I had 3 to 4 hours. I had this thing done, which could have took a lot longer. That really saved a whole lot of time. And you see, I don't have to wheelbarrow stuff all around. And there it is. Also notice here, right? I'm not trying to lift the whole stone. I'm just trying to level it. Okay. You kind of look over at this one. It's hard to see, but see that one's really sunk down, but it's still straight. You know. If you look over here, you see how thick these are. It's in pretty good shape there. But it worked out pretty good. Like this is a Civil War veteran here, and you see I got the wheelbarrow. All this is hand carted out here. All right, and as you see here, I got a cable tug it come along, coming down a hole on it. That didn't work out very good. I mean, it was just too time consuming, and it lifted it. It was all right. Most of your veteran stones are about 250 pounds, and I'm half that. So, uh, and then if you'll notice, I took rope, tied across the legs, keep it from expanding. And I put these 1x10s down below on the feet on each foot. Well, I've eliminated those. Once you get up there and get some weight on it, they're going to sink in the ground. All right, they'll sink. You just put a little weight on there, let your rig settle in, put a little bit more, let your rig set in. Just take your time. But then in the other videos you might see, I think I got a chain fall for like $50, half-ton chain fall. And this here um, tripod worked pretty good. I think I got about 8 to 12 inches down from the top, cut it all the way across, 3/4 all thread through it. I think I got these feet cut at a 20-degree, 22-degree angle, each one of them. You can see a little bevel there. And I know I've load tested this thing several times. I had one stone that I was lifting that I pulled everything I could get, everything I could get on that fall. It held everything. Right. There you can see the tugget. But also, there were several things I tried to see what would work out. There is a winch. I should have took the picture on the other side, but you can see a handle. There's a winch, and so what I tried to do was come up and like fair lead it down and give me more room. But that thing, it just did not work out for me. There's my wheelbarrow again. And see, I took some tree limbs and put carpet over there and staple them together. Now we'll lay these boards down and roll. Not this one, but I mean, you got some square ones, something like this, or these here. I can't move them and roll them, and it worked real well. But I'm gonna do a video trying to show how I use them. This is another problem. When I went to reset this stone, this is what it was sitting on, and so you know, I took a use of quickcrete fast set mortar and did these bricks before I reset it. This is her. And what I did on some of it, like I had to move these. You see, I got this plywood down, and I put dirt or sand on here, and man, it'll slide that stone right across. Because that tripod is only good for vertical. You try to go at too much of an angle, it's going to tip on you. Oh yeah. And then you got to watch out for these bees. These bees were in this tree. It's not a nest. I don't have no idea why they swarmed this. They was just full. They didn't bother me. I just had to take a picture. So keep your eyes up in the trees. Well, thanks for watching. Maybe these tips might help. Maybe they may not.